Evening guys, evening TFSL. Thought I'd do a little video because I was actually meant to do a panel show with Johnny and Flint last night, but it was my staff Xmas do, so that got cancelled. And to be honest, I don't see myself doing one of them for a while now. I think it's in good hands with Dunks, and just a big shout out to Dunks as well, because all the stuff he's been doing has been really good. But hopefully we'll be getting a panel show soon. Just wanted to raise something that's happened in the newsfeed today. As you may or may not be aware, so the issue of loans and where they're distributed is the issue, and I won't be on the next panel show to discuss it, so at least this is my words and can't be taken out of context. Birmingham City have announced on the news feed that they're going to get they've got their 3 loans sorted for next season, and what I'm saying is, because a lot of you are saying I don't see what Thumbs has done wrong, you know, he's looking out for his club, and yes, that's exactly what I said as well in the very first comment. Thumbs is well within his rights to go for loans, of course he is, all of you are. Every manager is entitled to do the best for their club. It goes without saying. But there's a few things I want to sort of try and articulate. When you're running a game world, or when you're helping to run a game world, and James is the game world owner and I'm certainly giving him a hand, you're looking at lots of things other than your own club. You're not looking at things like this. You're kind of seeing a bigger picture. And for me, a crucial part of any game world is Division 4 and Division 4 managers and Division 4 clubs, because they're the lifeblood of a game world. Not everyone wants a small club, and it's not always easy to sell those clubs. We can easily find a manager for Tottenham or Man United or Arsenal or Liverpool, and you'll see that when a job comes up in the news feed, the amount of managers that will go for that kind of job as opposed to a smaller club. But it's not so easy to find good managers to come into the game world and take over a small club. It's not so easy. So you want to give these clubs some sort of fair crack at the whip, and one way you can do that is loans. Now at the moment there's no rules established, but I think James might be implementing something very soon that will change that. But as we stand, no rules have been broken and no rules have been established. So it's more a case of, well, okay, no rules have been broken, yeah, I understand, but then we have to apply common sense. So in this case, Birmingham City have got their 3 loans sorted out. Now I don't think any club should be giving loans to Birmingham City, not at this stage. Maybe like after all the Division 4 clubs have had their pick, and then there might be some players left and no one's come in from, fine. I don't see the harm in that if Birmingham want a loan or 2. But here's my take. We've got a lot of new Division 4 managers coming in. They might not even be aware of the whole loan thing. They've not given it any thought, because we have got a lot of the new guys in the TFSL are in Division 4. Maybe they didn't think to consider to approach guys this early, but that is how it does work. You have to get in quick. That is true, because it is competitive. So it's not that Thumbs has done anything wrong, and I'm not knocking him for looking after his club, as everyone should, but there is a bigger picture. Is it right that a club with a squad value of 70 million at the moment and counting, because we're going to be, when the new season starts, Birmingham could be rated anywhere between 70 and 80 million. Is it right that Birmingham have got those 3 loans before Division 4 clubs have even had a chance to have a look? Is that fair? You know, Birmingham have got a huge revenue. They've got a huge squad value. They're the biggest club outside the top 2 divisions in terms of squad value. I think Sunderland are probably a bigger club, but I think Birmingham are worth more. And I think Birmingham are worth a considerable amount more than some Division 2 teams. So is that fair? That's what I'm saying. Now, so it's not a case of what's Thumbs done wrong. And I really wish people would read things before they comment, because a lot of people chime in halfway through a conversation or a thread and they haven't bothered to read what's been said. They've picked up on little tiny fragments and then they've made an opinion. And that annoys me a little bit, because it's all there for you. Read the very first comment that I write, the very first comment at the top. It's not about blaming Thumbs. It's not about saying Thumbs isn't entitled to do what he should do for his club. Of course he should. and he's doing a very good job. He's looking after his club. And why has his club got good value? Why have they got all these risers? Because Thumbs is he's on the ball, he's active, he's on the forum, he's looking up risers all the time. Good for him. He's doing a good job for Birmingham. No problem with that. But what I'm saying is the Division 4 clubs should be given the preference over Thumbs to begin with. And what I'm saying is Division 1 clubs, instead of just saying, yeah, sure, Thumbs, when someone like Thumbs comes and asks for a loan, the Division 1 clubs can say no and say, look, let me get back to you, mate. I want to see what else is out there, and let me get back to you. Now, some of you might be watching this or be watching that newsfeed and will say, well, so what, Rob? Thumbs can go for whoever he likes, and Division 1 teams can send their loan players wherever they like. True. Absolutely true. That doesn't mean that it's in the best interest of the game world or in the spirit of the game world, but absolutely true. Thumbs can apply for any loan he likes, and a Division 1 club can send their loans anywhere they like. But that's missing the point. So it's, James, I think, is trying to cultivate a community, and we've already spoken about different things in the past. And just because something's not black and white rule, you kind of hope that managers adopt common sense. I don't think what I'm saying is unreasonable. I'm sure Thumbs is utterly convinced he's in the right. And then obviously different people have read that and have got a different take on it as well. You've all got your own opinions. But I firmly believe that in a game world of this magnitude, Division 4 clubs should get preferential treatment. They should be at the head of the queue. And this isn't a bog standard game world. And some managers, I don't think, have quite got used to that mentality. They just treat it like any other game world. But it isn't. It's a full-on socially active game world, and I think you do things a little bit differently. So in another game world, we wouldn't in a normal bog standard game world, a manager can just recall a loan whenever he likes, But we do things differently here. We have rules and we play by, I suppose, a code of conduct, and it's for the best. It's for the best of the game world. So that's where I am with that. I'm sure the panel can discuss it and can argue all the points. The other thing I have heard, I've spoke to Mick and Johnny on Skype about this, and one thing they've said is, well, Rob, what can we do if Division 4 clubs are not coming to us? And that's very true. So the onus has to be as well on Division 4 clubs to approach Division 1 clubs. I agree with that. But I do feel it's because a lot of the guys are new. And come the summer, come to turn 38 when the season ends, and you've got that pre-season bit, I do think Division 4 clubs will be sort of having a look and approaching guys. And that's it in a nutshell. But some of the things Thumbs said, Thumbs has used some really daft comparisons, like, saying Dundee shouldn't be signing 70 rated players then, as a direct comparison. But that's ludicrous. Dundee are in Division 4. I'm already in Division 4. I'm Dundee. I'm not Real Madrid. And it was a daft comparison. And he made some really, in my opinion, he made some daft comparisons. And then you get one or two other managers that, I forgot they were in this game world, to be honest. And they come in and have their opinion. And it makes me laugh. Read the whole thing in its entirety. Don't make, comments without understanding what's going on. So, as I say, Thumbs is entitled to go for loans. Division 1 clubs are entitled to loan to whoever they are. Absolutely, yes, that's all true. But is that actually the whole point? Or are we missing something here? So that's what I believe. It doesn't mean I'm right, it's just what I believe. And everyone else is entitled to their opinion. But one thing's for sure, we've got a newsfeed discussion today. That'll now go on to perhaps a panel show. And perhaps James will even come and clarify something and make a rule. So I know Thumbs thinks that I cause problems and I'm always arguing and moaning. But these sort of things, it's better to bring them out in the air and have discussions about it, because it's how the game world evolves and gets better. That's how I think of it anyway. It's never personal from my point of view. We're just talking about game-related stuff. So I think people should just stay cool. But nothing wrong with a bit of passion on the newsfeed. Nothing wrong with that at all. All right, cheers, guys.